Hello, Gemini. Thank you so much for joining me for your reading this evening. I'm so excited to read for you. I tried to do a reading for you yesterday and it just wasn't quite happening. So it's really an honor for me to read for you this evening, this morning, this afternoon, wherever you might be in the world. Welcome to 8th house things. I also do personal readings. You can email me at mfirst@gmx.com. That's going to be down in the comments below. And let's see what's going on for you today, because I kept hearing the words tricky times, tricky. So I just want to see if the cards speak to what I'm hearing and if they clarify those words. Let's pull 4 cards for Gemini. The Priestess, the King of Coins, the Wheel in reverse, and Justice in reverse. Okay, so things are not going necessarily the way you want in the workspace, but that's about to change. I'm seeing a drastic change in the way you make your income, however that might be. So it's a little bit of a weird time right now, and you're looking for the answer to how you can change your current circumstances when it comes to how you make your income. So that makes a lot of sense now. It's definitely a tricky time for you. Should I stay? Should I go? Should I come? Should I go? Should I, what's my next move? So you're in kind of I wouldn't say you're stuck, but it is certainly a weary time. You're not quite sure what move or in which direction to go. That's what I'm seeing. And with these major arcana, it means it's time for a drastic life change when it comes to the way in which you make your income, however that might be, and whatever income we're talking about. I would assume because the King of Coins is here, it sounds as though it's your direct income, or the thing that pays for your life. So the job that you can't afford to lose, or the income that you can't afford to lose. So it's a balancing act. You're not quite, there's quite a few options, and you're not quite sure which decision stands out to you most. The wheel could also mean there's an option to kind of move in terms of where you, in terms of location wise, towards another opportunity. But right now we're a little suspended, and a decision needs to be made when it comes to how you make your income. I sense it's a long time coming. You felt this way for quite some time, and that's what makes it so tricky. If you felt this way so long, why haven't you made a concrete decision yet? Let's ask. Why haven't you made a concrete decision as to which direction to go in if you felt suspended for so long, Gemini? For Gemini, let's see. And I'm pulling out 4 other cards to answer that question. Why? Got the Page of Cups in reverse. Got the 6 of Wands in reverse. The 8 of Swords in reverse. And the 4 of Swords, which tells me This tells me a position or an opportunity that presented itself fell through. And so with it falling through, it was like, oh, back to square one, back to the drawing board. I'm also seeing here that it kind of puts you out of your this situation of something being presented to you, and then at the last, it seems as though it was like at the last second with all of this air energy coming through, that at the last second it's like the rug was pulled out from under you, which put you out of sorts, and that's why you're in this suspended energy right now. So yeah, and it feels as though it was something that was presented, and an opportunity was presented to you, kind of came out the blue, and as quickly as it came out of the blue is how quickly it was taken from you. Or it's like someone else took the opportunity, or someone else was chosen over you. So it really hit you hard. I'm seeing here with the Page of Cups and the Four of Swords, it really hit you hard that you were kind of overlooked, and just as quickly as the offer was made, it was taken right off the table, and you kind of had to catch your breath, and you probably haven't. That's what I'm seeing. So yeah, it's a bit of an emotional time, in the sense that it wounded your ego, it wounded you and touched you, that the opportunity fell through. But that's the thing with an opportunity, right? You can't base anything off of an opportunity unless a contract is written up and you've signed it. You can't get to invest it, right? You had already invested in this, and nothing was signed and sealed just yet. Can we expect a new opportunity, or is it time for you to make your own? That's the question, right? Do you wait for something else to come along that's of this? Because I sense it was something that was really lucrative, that made an appearance and then disappeared just as quickly. So my question would be, can we expect another great opportunity for you, Gemini? Are you supposed to make your own opportunity? Are you just supposed to move? I'm going to pull out 3 cards for that. Strength card. Yeah, that tells me it's about time you started creating your own. And then I have the 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups in reverse. Yes, and the 8 of Cups. It's going to come from you. Whatever decision you make is going to be best for you. It's going to come from you. And you're not going to wait for anyone to give anything to you. You're going to take it. That's what I'm seeing here with Strength card. And the 3 of Cups, the 8 of Cups. 3 of Cups in reverse is very interesting too. Yeah. Whatever you're supposed to, whatever's coming in is not only yours for the taking, but it's a great opportunity to expand your horizons. It's going to be better than this previous opportunity that fell through. Something tells me very strongly that it's something that if the previous thing was something that came out of the blue and was offered to you, this new opportunity is something you're going to find for yourself. It's not going to necessarily be presented to you. You're going to find it for yourself and you're going to go for it. That's what I'm seeing here. I think you learned the hard way with this previous lesson of, if you rest on your laurels, if you think you're, if you're loving yourself and just, they come to me. If you've got a bit of an ego about it, like, ooh, they approached me. This was a hard lesson in, just because they approach you, just because they come for you, you might have interviewed and they weren't feeling you in the interview and they went with someone else. You've learned now. You've learned to be sharp and on top of it's your life, right? And you're now on top of things, right? What I'm seeing with the Three of Cups is that, something's strongly telling me that there's, I don't know why the word selfish keeps coming up in my mind, but that's what I feel like. You're going to be very, very selfish about your next maneuver. And it feels as though you need to be, so that you can soar above the rest. Got a little bit of selfish energy to get to where you need to get to. I don't blame you, because of the harsh lesson you just learned. You do need to rely on yourself, and that's what you've seen, and that's what you're going to do, and that's what's coming in. You're going to have to make a particularly selfish decision, but it's essential that you do it. That's what I'm seeing here. It's essential that you do it. What I like about this spread is that it's we got straight to the point. It wasn't like a hidden, like, when like sometimes you do a reading and like the answer comes at the end, like, oh, so this is what's going on. This is very straightforward. To get out of the suspension and stagnation that you feel at the moment, career-wise, you're going to have to make some selfish moves, right? Some self-serving moves. And sometimes we do have to do what we have to do. Yeah. I want to see. Let's see what. I like this strength card a lot. Lots of nice major arcana for you as well, with the wheel, the priestess, justice, strength. Nice spread, Gemini. We learn the harshest lessons and we literally rise above it. You'll see the Eight of Cups card. It's I wonder what kind of duck it is. It's a duck that's literally soaring above the cups, coming out of the cups. So coming out of this emotionally draining. And it must have been, these are our lives. Our lives are spent, 40 hours? Some people work 40 to 80 hours a week at work. It can be emotionally taxing when you don't get what you want. And it's your source of income that's impacted. Let me pull two cards. Let's see here. Chariot in reverse. And the King of Cups. So it might be a bit of a process to get to where you need to get to, but you will be victorious once you make the decision. I feel like you being suspended and being kind of in this weird energy where it's like, oh, what's my next move? What do I do next? That's what's slowing you down. And that's why the Chariot is in reverse. But once you make it, you need to make it. You need to embody that King of Cups energy. Make the decision and watch what happens. That's what I'm seeing. You can't make that up. And that's what it takes for a lot of us. You know, a lot of people are creatures of habit, or most people that I've come across are creatures of habit. You know? So I suppose it is worthwhile to take your time. You don't want to make hasty decisions, but you also want to make the decision, right? And that's what a king does. You're the king of coins. You're literally the King of Cups. Yeah. If you don't make the decision in a timely fashion, the process will be slow. That is for sure. Make the decision quickly and watch how it's like a snowball effect. Watch how things pick up and how quickly your life changes. Let's dive a little deeper into this current energy that you're feeling. What is it necessarily that's got you outside of the fact that you had the opportunity? Why even look at the opportunity? Why are you unhappy right now? Let's find out more about that. I'm pulling out 2 cards to answer that question. Because while you're making the decision, it would be worthwhile to know how you can change your mindset so that it's not as you're not so much pulling teeth. Where you at? Got the 4 of Wands and the 10 of Wands. Could it be romance? I wonder. The 4 of Wands is a pretty, romantic card. I'm not gonna lie. Could it be that? Gemini. I think you just don't care anymore. You just could not care less. Yeah, there's just something very uninspiring about the work that you're doing or how it is that you make your income. That's gotten you to a point where you just don't care. Like, that's, and that is fire energy. Fire energy is very devil may care. I'm doing me, whatever, as long as I pay my bills right now. But once I'm out, I'm out. That's what I'm seeing here. And that's why I think I'm inclined to laughing, because there's nothing, that energy of a person who comes to work and does the job but could care less, that is the best energy, because work politics won't affect you. If you're in customer service, the customers and their complaints won't affect you. If you have a boss who sucks, your boss won't affect you. Nothing can taint your sense of inward freedom. So no, I don't see any romantic, like work relationships or anything. I just feel like personally, as an individual, you could care less about the position you're in right now and the work you're doing right now. So it's just time for a change. But it's coming with these major arcanas. Monumental change is coming for you, Gemini. And the way you make your living. That is for certain. I wish you all the best, and I hope that you get the job that you want. Thank you so much for joining me.